Alright, so let's start getting into some of the dirtier code stuff here for our tables here and adding models for our database. And a lot of this stuff that is done today, they'll do either through JSON or they'll do through XML parsing. A lot of it isn't actually handled necessarily by the server, but well, it is asynchronously typically, but not directly from server to client. So let's go ahead and you can see over here we have our database and we have users and we have a user view. We're going to do a couple things. We're going to add a couple models to this and we're going to make them XML models for right now, and then in a couple tutorials we'll start changing them over to JSON since that's becoming a little more popular. So let's go ahead and you can see from some other projects that I've demonstrated I have some already have some models here, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add a new class. And this class name I'm going to call is users. And in this case here, we have our database object, which is ID, username, password, email, phone. So I'm going to make a class I'm going to make a class called users, and I'm going to make another class called users view, which will depict this view, and this class will depict this view here. So and that's for demonstration purposes only. Maybe you would most likely only make a class for this. So let's go ahead and first things we need to do is we're going to say public int ID. And actually exactly what I'm going to do is literally I'm going to add all these attributes and gets and sets here. So for brevity, I'm going to pause this. I'm going to add all my set methods, and then I'll start it back up. Okay, so I finished doing that, and the magic of editing here. So I have my users class, which resembles this users table, and I have a users view class, which resembles this users view. So I also need to go ahead and add my data notations, which I'll also pause for brevity here, and to show you how that kind of works is you say using system component model data notations, and that's a namespace which allows us to start adding notations to this users view. And we're going to go ahead and start adding data notations, and the three primary ones which I'll be doing for each one of these is required, and you give it an error message and you say please enter the ID. Display name is this is how it'll be displayed. This will be the user ID, and data type typically, which in this one you can see they have all sorts of ones. For us it doesn't have an integer because there's no data type for integers. So but I'll do one more here. So you do required error message is equal to if the error message that will be displayed if they enter something incorrect. For us, we're going to say please enter your username. We'll say display name is equal to username. That's how the label will be displayed. And we'll say and then we'll say data type type.text. And I'm going to go through the rest and do these, and then we'll come back to it. Okay, so I added my data notations to each one of these and tried to break them apart so it looks a little bit cleaner. You have each one has a required, each one has a display, right, with our username, password, email, phone, right, phone number, last logged in. And also have data types. You can see that I set my data types for my phone to phone number, emails to email address. Down here, I essentially, for the values that are displayed in our user view, copy and pasted these because you want to keep some nice consistency, and it's faster, and you don't have to worry about issues with typing. So this is adding a model for this, and so I'm going to go ahead and now we are going to, I think this will be all we have time for now that I'm looking at how much time I've taken up here. So I think that'll conclude this for now, and in the next video we'll start serializing and deserializing objects. So thanks for watching.